Okay, hello everyone. Um, all right, I think tonight I'm gonna go through um, some of my screening. I promised quite a bit of you to do a little quick video on IBD Screener and a little hack on how to get Watchlist um, imported into TradingView from any Excel sheet. Honestly, does not have to be the IBD Screener. But before we dive in, I titled this video Screening for Stocks and then Secret Sauce. Um, and this is intentional because I lost count of how many times on Twitter I get asked, what's the screener that I use that, um, show the setups that I post. And it really has nothing to do with the screener. So there is no secret sauce. Spoiler alert. Because the screening I do has nothing to do with low risk entry, low volatility, Bollinger Band squeezes, tightening, VCP, basis. It just doesn't. My screens do not have that. Um, MarketSmith I use for screening, and it really doesn't have technical criteria like that. And I think if you are targeting your screens specifically to that, can you do that? Oh, of course you can. You can. There's tons of screeners out there that is just technically focused, where you can write ADR contraction or Bollinger Band squeezes, and on and on and on, right? And inside days, I mean, that's easy stuff. But I think folks doing that and only doing that are missing the bigger picture. Um, is if your strategy is to trade Bollinger Band squeezes, then go for it. That's volatility squeeze, right? And there's tons of traders that do that. I tried to do that for a while when I start trading, and that's very easy to code. You can go on that Google, search for the platform that you're using for Bollinger Band squeeze, and there's the code, there's the scan, run it, and go at it, right? But that's not how I approach it. I define my strategy, my style before start looking for stocks. I want to trade strong stocks fundamentally and technically that are in uptrends and starting to build basis. I don't know how to write that scan. So my scans start with I'm just going to scan for strong stocks. And that's how I build my watch lists. Um, Many of the videos that I've done and some of the stocks that I shared with you guys, that's how it starts. It starts with I'm stocking strong stocks with strong fundamentals. And then I put them on my watch list. And then I go through them every day, watching for what I want to see. So there's no scanning from there. I don't scan for what I want to see. I look and flip through charts. And that's how I find the setups, the patterns, the low risk entries. My Your eyes need to be your scanner, not the other way around, because you have the stocks that you want to find that pattern in versus going trying to find the pattern first before finding the stocks that you want to be in, right? That's backwards for me. You find the potential stocks that you want to be in, and then you watch them day and day and day in and day out for the setup for the pattern, not go scan and then go scan for the pattern without knowing what stocks you want to be in. So that's kind of how I approach it, and then I'll walk you guys through it a little bit more. Um, but we're gonna focus on doing this in IBD Screener because a lot of folks can't afford MarketSmith, and I understand that. I've used IBD Screener for a few years early on um, I I before I committed to MarketSmith, and I would not go back. So if money is not an issue for you, MarketSmith is the tool that you want. That's the tool I use. But IBD Screener should be good enough for people who are just starting and on a limited budget. This would be a really good option, and I'll show you how to export that stuff into TradingView. So we're gonna just gonna focus on couple screeners, and I'll show you how simple this is. But a lot of traders, a lot of new traders, just complicate it, get overwhelmed, and the secret is to focus. If you ask me what is the secret sauce, it is to focus on what you want to do and what stocks you want to look for, and that means minimizing your universe of stocks. So let's dive in with some kind of walkthroughs here. So before we start, disclaimer as always: do your own homework, your own due diligence, and then this is not recommendation to buy or hold or sell any securities that you see. Sorry if this is kind of dragging a little bit. This is again not scripted, just thoughts right out of my head. So hopefully it's not too bad. Um, just one slide here before we dive into IBD Screener. CanSlim, this is not a CanSlim video, but one of the things that CanSlim helped me with is to really focus. And I have a limited amount of time every day. You guys know, work full time. Many of you work full time. You can't tackle 9,000 stocks, almost 10,000 stocks. You need to know what you want and what you're looking for. And then from there, you need to forget about everything else that is not the thing that you want to focus on, right? Because you cannot manage 10,000 stocks and dive into those to try to figure out what is set up and what you need to trade. So limited time, you need to limit the stocks that you're looking at. And that's what CanSlim helped me with. It just helped me use it as a filtering mechanism. So I'm gonna go fish in the waters that have my style. You focus your effort, and I'm focused on momentum, technicals, and fundamentals. So simple screen that I run often. And this is just straight out of what Mark Minervini does. Focus on RS stocks with 89 and above. Dump everything that is low priced. That's been O'Neill, Neville that touched any stocks that are below 10, I think. um, so just with these two filters alone, greater than 89 RS, greater than 12, gets you down to 750 stocks. I don't want to look at ETFs, get those filtered out, and I want volume greater than 10 million. I'm down to 380 stocks, from almost 10,000 to 380. That has no fundamentals whatsoever. 380 stocks, purely technical, no low price stocks, and some average volume requirement. That puts you at 380 stocks. Can you flip through 380 stocks every evening? Yes, that's all you need. That is all you need. If no, I'm going to show you here in a little bit on how to filter it even more. If 380 is too much, you can filter that more. So with that, as an overview, let's dive into IBD Screener, and then we will go from there. So if you have a subscription with IBD, you go to investorsbusinessinvestors.com, and then it's pretty easy. Go under research, and then you'll be able to see IBD Stock Screener. You click that, and it will open the screener. I'm going to minimize it for now because there's quite a few things over here, so I'm going to go through that quickly. On here, it defaults to IBD 50. You see how it says IBD 50? There is a list here of multiple watch lists that are preset for you, where you can, and I'm sure a lot of you know about IBD 3, IBD 50, but you can export this stuff. This is your export. So if you want to import just IBD 50 into TradingView, you can do that. But you can also click on this, and then it will show you the chart here. And then you can scroll through that, and you'll see the chart showing. It's not a big chart. It's pretty simple and basic. And then you have your metrics down here with the proprietary ratings for MarketSmith, right? For IBD, the composite, the APS, relative strength, industry group rank, on and on and on. I'll show you how to export and import here in a second. But this is here. This is you can look at all of these watch lists that are already there. IBD 50 I look at every now and then. IBD Big Cap 20, IBD Sector Leaders, Stocks Spotlight, IBD IPO Leaders, New High, on and on and on and on. So what you want to do, if you want to scan the entire database of IBD, you want to scroll all the way down when you come in here to this page. You want to open this up and then scroll all the way down, and then you'll see how this results here. There's only 50 stocks, but if you flip through, so now this is going to be 20 stocks. This has IBD Sector Leader have 8 stocks. Then let's scroll all the way down and do the IBD data tables. That's all the stocks in the IBD database. That's the same really database that MarketSmith uses. So now it's pulling. I'm going to turn the scanner off, make sure the scanner is turned off, and you'll see there's 9,582 stocks, okay, in the IBD MarketSmith database. Now, this is where you come to the screener and then create your own. I have, just to save some time, I've already created an IBD screener, and we're going to start with high RS. Okay, you see how the number dropped from 9,500 to 500 stocks. And this is really basic screener. So I'm gonna do an edit on it and show you there's just really not a lot of options. It's obviously not as premium and as uh, kind of expanded as MarketSmith. So there's just really 4 categories here. There's the smart ratings, smart IBD ratings. Um, I just have RS rating enabled. So if I disable that, it jumps to 2000. So it will re-enable that. I have it a minimum of 85, and then that's the maximum of 99. And then that's the only thing really we have. It's one out of 7, so that's the only part that we have. And then the other one I have price greater than 12, and then volume greater than 250,000 shares based off of the 50-day average volume. Okay, 250,000 shares or above will be included. If you want more liquid, if you want 500,000, you just put 500. That's in thousands. Then that drops you down to 375. Okay, I like 10 million and above. The IBD screener does not have the dollar volume average. It has the actual volume average, but for kind of visibility, I like 10 million and above. I'm going to leave it at 250, right? So this is it. This is the scan. Very simple, 500 stocks. If that's too much and you want to uh, have a smaller set, then you can do 89. That would drop it down to 425. One scan that I like to do and look at every day, 97. That drops you down to only 98 stocks. Okay, so you can relax those parameters or strengthen them depending on how much time do you have? How much time you want to spend looking at stocks? The looser they are, the more stocks your scan is going to have, and the tighter they are, the less stocks you're going to have. So you put 97, you're only going to get 98 stocks. So I'm gonna leave it at 85 for now. I'm gonna actually do it at 89 because we're gonna export the list and then import it. I don't want to have to deal with a really big list, but I'll show you guys how that works. So there's your 89, and I'm gonna close that. Now, the other thing that you can do, and before we export this, I'm just gonna show you how you can play with this and create multiple different variation of this scan, because we're not gonna sit here and create 4 or 5 different ones. So let's assume you want to add some fundamentals to this. So for example, Bill, that was just kind of being tweeted on Twitter today on my feed. Bill always wanted to have earnings on the table. And he always was looking for 20, 30, 40, 50% and above, right? The higher, the better for him. Um, my my cutoff is around 18% earning per share growth uh, the most recent quarter. So what you can do is to filter this a little bit more. RS is always by default on all of my scans. But if you want to add earnings to this, you can come down to other and then find the last quarter earning per share percent change, enable that. And then you see here 18%. You see, as soon as I enabled it and I put 18% here, that dropped to 208. So you can potentially save this scan, save it as something else, and then have RS plus earning per share, right? If you want to look at triple digit growth in the last month, in the last quarter, that's 78 stocks, right? And then if you look at the list, what do you see in the list? ANF, APP, MNSO, NVIDIA, VRT, ZLH, LRN, Meta, right? It's all names that you see me post. So no secret sauce, no magic. It's that simple. You put that list and you look at it daily and you try to identify the low risk entries and try to identify your entries from this list. So I'm gonna just turn this off, and then you wanna even limit it even more. So let's do 18% here, and then let's add sales. So here you can add sales. So now we have 200. And then let's say, okay, I want at least 10% sale, double digit sale and above, right? So that drops you down to 153. Obviously, if you want to have 30% and then you want at least 18% for sale, then you're down to 92. You get the point. There is no one number. It just helps you zoom in and focus. But what does that mean? Right? That means you're gonna have to let go of the other hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and thousands of stocks. And you have to be able to do that and ready to do that and trust that you are not missing things happening away from your own comfort area and focus area that you need to focus on. And that's the most difficult thing that a lot of traders have problems doing, because traders are going to look at this. I'm just going to turn these off and then just go back to the RS, right? They're going to look at it and they're like 425. Okay. Am I missing stuff? Because there's 9,000 stocks in the market. Um, would this really be enough? I'm going to ask you a question. If you can't make money with these 425 stocks, I really doubt you're going to be able to make money with the other 9,000 stocks. That's how I think about it. You need to be focused. And these are one of the strongest stocks in the market, 425. If you really can't make money with 425 stocks that you're looking at daily, um, I think there's something else wrong. The answer is not that you need more stock. Um, this is more than enough, in my opinion. I've been doing this for a while, for a very long while, since 2006. So let's cancel this And what I'm gonna do, we'll export this here in a second. Another scan that I like to do is recent IPOs. This one is very simple. Here's the scan. You can pause the video, take a screenshot. Minimum $12, and then minimum volume 250,000, and then IPO date in the last 2 to 3 years. That will gives you 111. You can sort them by arrest. That way, your weakest arrest at the bottom, because you see there's really not a lot of criteria here. For IPOs, I like to see what's coming new on the market. So when I have time, I kind of skim through that on my watch list, right? 111, I just kind of scroll through them, and I want them sorted by the strongest IPO to the weakest IPO, and that's by the RS rating. And when you export this, it will be exported in the way you sorted it, I believe. I haven't been in IBD Screener, obviously, in few years, because I've been using MarketSmith, but you can sort any column that you need here. So let's go ahead and export. Um, let's go ahead and export the high RS. Before we do that, also high composite is another one that I like. So I kind of created one quickly to show you how that looks. So high composite is also very simple. I focus on 94 um, high composite rating and above. The high composite rating is essentially uh, combine all of the IBD rating, and then it focuses on EPS and RS ratings. So you see here, there's more weight is placed on EPS and RS rating. So high composite ratings essentially are, the top tier of the company. So when I'm doing 94%, I want to look at the top 6% in the database from that 9,500 stocks. So that gives you about 205. Again, sort everything by RS, and then I go through the list. So I wanted to show you guys this because I do like my composite rating. Like RS is my favorite, and then my composite rating comes right after that. And obviously it has RS in it, and it also has the EPS in it. So I wanted to show that one, but let's do the high RS here, and then let's export that. So exporting it's 500. It's very easy. You click on this, and then it will be exported right here. Um, so it says IDB table data tables. That's because we're in the data tables, like I showed you guys right here. It does not grab the screen name. That would be probably a good enhancement if it grabbed the screen name, but it will download it. Mine is set to be downloaded into the downloads folder. You need to figure out where this is being downloaded on your PC, and essentially you just want to open it, right? So you either go open the folder and open it. I'm just going to click on this and get that file open. Okay, so here's the file, and then here's your 500 stocks. Okay, these are the columns that you saw over on the in the screener. They're sorted by RS rating. C99 is at the top, and then all the way at the bottom is your 80, 85, all the way down to 85. So now importing this into TradingView so that you can kind of scroll through it, or import it to any other system that you have. So let me show you how to do it in TradingView. And then toss is essentially really the same. Toss is actually very easy. If you just copy, kind of drag all the way down, and then copy the right click, copy, and then you can go over on markets on toss or think and swim in your watch list, and then import. Just paste it, and then that will import it. So it's very easy. TradingView is a little bit harder. If you go and Google TradingView, so I'm going to take you to Google, and you say TradingView import watch list, right? Then you click on this. It gives you instruction here on how to import the watch list. But what I'm going to show you, I'm going to show you a really cool hack, and you can't really do what TradingView is telling you to do here. So if I scroll down, so I'll show you how to import this. It's pretty easy, but at the bottom they tell you how the file should be formatted, the one that you're going to be importing. So you have to put it in a file, and then you have to import the file. And I'm going to show you a really, really, really neat trick. You can't do this from the screener, from IBD Screener, because IBD Screener does not give you whether the stock is a NASDAQ stock or an IC stock or um, you know, an IC or NASDAQ. So that's a problem. You're not going to be able to use this format to load the list into TradingView, and to enter 500 manually, that's a disaster. So the hack that I'm going to show you is very, very, very simple. So here's what you need to do. So let's go back to the file here. Let's enable editing, because you're only going to have to. Whoops, not sure what happened. Let me bring that back in here. Um, you're only going to have to enter one column here. So I'm gonna hide these at the top because we don't need them. I mean, you can keep them if you want to, it doesn't matter, but I'm just gonna hide them to give us a little bit more space. So what you're gonna do is on the price here, you can add a column if you want, but I'm just gonna use this column because it's here. We're just gonna add a comma, right? So I'm just adding a comma, and then I'm gonna just, do you see this plus sign here? Let me zoom in here a little bit so you can see it a little bit more. I'm talking about. All right, let me zoom in. All right, I'm gonna zoom in, and then you see the. Let me see here. Where's the? Sorry about that. All right, so there's the comma, and what I'm gonna do is when you move your cursor here, you see like the black plus right here, right at the very bottom right side of the cell. You just double click on that, and that copies the comma all the way down 500-ish times. Okay. So now what I want to do is I'm just gonna copy, and before we do that, let's go to TradingView, and I'll come back here and show you what we're gonna do. So let's go to TradingView, and I have TradingView open. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna create the watch list, right? So we're gonna come in here and then do create new list, and then we're just gonna call it IBD RS, and then we're gonna do today's date 10/28 2023. Okay, we're just gonna save that. Okay, perfect. So now we have our watch list. It's empty. Okay, so now we're gonna go back to our Excel sheet, and then all what we're gonna do is we're just gonna copy. We're just gonna click um, and then drag and then just copy down, and then just scroll down while you're copying all the way down to 519, and then right click and then copy. Okay. So now you have this, you see this line highlighted. That means all of these are copied, okay? The other way you can do is control copy. So if you know, have problems with your mouse clicking, you can just drag and then just keep scrolling, make sure everything is highlighted. And then I stop and then control C, that copies everything, okay? So now you have everything copied in the clipboard on your computer. All we're gonna do is we're gonna go back to TradingView, and then you're gonna click the plus, okay? Now here's a trick. You want to choose the country that you're in. So this is obviously IBD Screener, only have US market. So you want to do that because in IBD in TradingView, there's tons of exchanges. Okay, so if the ticker matches in a different country, you might get your tickers mixed up between US and other countries. So for this hack to work accurately, when 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 you come in and you want to add them, you want to choose the country. Okay, so obviously it's US, so this is going to put the US in here, and that's going to show you the exchanges, right? NASDAQ, NYSE, ARCA, the over-the-counter, on and on and on. So click on the US, make sure that's selected, and that's all you need to do. Okay, and now put your cursor on here, and then Control V to paste all the tickers. Okay, and that's it. Now just click Enter. Boom. See that? These are all the stocks now in the list. Very easy, extremely easy. So you guys can rewind the video and then figure out to just watch it multiple times to figure out how to do it. So now you have your list and it's all sorted by RS, right? So ANF, APP, ARPN, CABA. If you go back to your list, you're going to see the same tickers with the same sort because we have it sorted by RS. So that's now how things are sorted in your TradingView. And then you can literally just simply scroll through the list using your down arrow. That's it. Oh, this looks good. So that's essentially what you do. Now I have Market Smith. So if I like something technically, I will go to Market Smith. I will look at the earnings, the sales, on and on and on. But at least the RS here is pretty good. So and that's how you scroll through it. TradingView is really fast, and that's how I scroll through stuff that quickly. It takes time for you to be potentially become this fast scrolling through things, but essentially that's how I do it. Right. So hopefully that was helpful. Gives you an idea. I've been promising people that I want to kind of do that. What I'm going to do as well is I'll put the links to IBD Investors Business Daily, the IBD Digital subscription. That's what you need. I think it's like $35 a month, but there's a Halloween kind of sale right now going 2 months for $10. And then if you don't get to this video before Halloween is over, there's another link that I'll put in there, 2 months for $20, I believe. So um, it's still a good deal to try it for 2 months and see if this is something you could use to get you to focus. That's really the idea behind it is get you to focus on the best stock in the market. And then, like I showed you, you can add earning per share, you can add sales, you can add composite rating to even limit your options and help you focus a little bit more, not a little bit more. So hopefully that helped. A little bit longer video than usual, but kind of wanted to show you really this hack is pretty amazing. But yeah, if you have any questions, leave them in the comment. And I really appreciate you watching, and I'll talk to you later. Thank you. Bye.